Hello, my name is Samar. I also go by Sam or First Time Panner. Any of those you want to call me can. This will be an update for my 26 and 2026 project. And I have a hair in my eye that I can't find, but I know it's there. So if I'm looking a little annoyed or stressed out, that is why, on top of other things, but that is the main reason right now. And of course, my cats just decided that they want to start fighting, so I had to separate them. Roxy's now on my lap, and oh, no, she got a hold of my claw clip, and I'm sweating. Things have drastically changed since you last saw me. Okay, Roxy found something better to do. Back where we started. All right, I'll just get into the update before there are any more distractions. Yeah, this is coming late, but who's surprised? My life is crazy. If you haven't seen this before or you just want to catch up, I will leave the sorry if you can hear Roxy eating her kibble. I'll leave the playlist linked in the description box. That of course will have my introduction where I go more in depth on this project, but basically this is kind of the classic, like, I'm panning as many projects as the year indicates. So I'm trying to finish 26 products this year, but I'm splitting the year up into two, so I'm starting with 13 products. And after last update I only had 6 products left, and sorry, I'm trying to do math. There was half the time left. And I have a pretty good update this time as well. So I'll get started with the first item that I do not have. If you watched my empties video, which if I remember, I will link below, I finished my Supergoop like glow screen. I think it was, sorry if you saw that dust, I think it was in the shade Sunrise. I finished that after I filmed the last update, but I finished that before I filmed the empties video, so I completely forgot that I still needed that packaging for this update, so I just got rid of it after I filmed that video, so I don't have any more. But if you want to see the proof, you can watch that video if I remember to link it. So that one is another empty, and now the only primer I have left in this project is a pore filling primer, which is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I rolled this in, I don't remember if it was the last update or the one before that, but it was a replacement for something else. I think like my powder that I realized I wasn't going to finish. And I also needed another pore primer to pan in this project. So this is what it's looking like now. I finally hit pan like on the sides. I try to wear this away as evenly as possible, but I kind of just like hit pan on the outside first. I wear this every day that I wear makeup, and it's a good product. I don't think I would purchase it, like I've technically never purchased one of these. I always get like either a mini or a full size in as like free gifts with purchase if I purchase from the e.l.f. site. So it's not my favorite pore primer, but I like it just fine to use it up, and I have another full size of this as well once I finish this. But I think this will just take me 1 more month, so I'm pretty sure I'll have this out by next update. And again, this is how much I have. It's kind of hard to tell on the side because I haven't like scraped out a bunch from the sides. Anyway, I guess I'll talk about my other empties. The first one is my e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set, which is just the setting spray from e.l.f. Last time I was at this line, sorry if you can see if the ring light is bothering you, but I was at this line last update. It only took me maybe like a week to finish it after that because I go through this pretty quickly. I use a lot of it. I was saying that this is very similar, at least in my experience, to the one size like glass makeup melting spray or whatever that was called, which I also panned in this project, and it only took me like 2 months because I also went through that one very quickly. Anyway, this one is done, and now I've just been like using other setting sprays because I feel like I have a bunch of like mini setting sprays. I don't have too many full sizes. I don't know how that happened. Also, if you saw Roxy jump back up on the bed, she's finally come back. My last empty for this project is my blush. This is the NYX Sweet Cheeks Soft Cheek Tint Blush Mousse in the shade Nude Tude, and this has been the blush that I've worn almost every single day this entire year. When I rolled it into this project, I think let me see. Okay, yeah, I think I was to here when I first rolled it in. That's at least, no, sorry, to here. That's the first line mark that I have, that's the first line that I have on this. And then I've pretty much been using it at a very consistent pace. So like it was here, then here, then here, then here last time. Now I'm done. So yeah, I was very consistent with this. I would say there were probably only a few days out of the month, every month, that I did not wear this. I'm even wearing it today for the second to last time, because I will say, if I open this up, like here, I'll just show you that like I literally cannot squeeze any more out of this at all. It is 100% done. There is still a little bit on the wand, if you can see that, and like maybe there's a tiny bit like at the very top of the cap. Yeah, I just got a tiny bit out. I will be using this tomorrow, but like I'm definitely not going to get one more use out of this, because even though I feel like usually when people think of blush, especially liquid blush, like with the Rare Beauty ones, for example, I also don't find those super pigmented, which may be an unpopular opinion. Maybe it's my skin tone, I'm not really sure. Maybe it's how I apply it, but I feel like liquid blush is never super pigmented for me. And this is also like a very, at least for my skin tone, light shade. So and I like put this under my powder, so I am able to get away with using a lot of this. But I just feel like, I don't know, my cheeks tend to just eat up liquid blush. I usually have to use a lot of it, which is how I guess I got through this very quickly for a blush. I only have ever struggled with powder blush, but I'm able to get through liquid and cream blushes very quickly. I don't know what it is about it. So with all that said, I only basically have one more use on this, so I'm calling it an empty now. I'll also put on the screen just like a confirmation. Maybe I'll like snap a picture of the like clean wand just to show you that I have finished it. But yeah, this is definitely done for me. And I'll just give you a swatch of this, since I usually do swatches. I feel like there's really not much for me to swatch in this project anymore, but this is what it looks like. Again, it's just like a really, for me again, like neutral light blush, and it just like blends out very easily. Next is my color correcting stick. This is again from NYX, the Pro Fix Stick color or correcting concealer in the shade Dark Peach. I'll give you a swatch of this as well. I have to be very careful with this, because this is what it looks like. It's supposed to be like a concealer color corrector hybrid, but I just use it under my foundation and concealer as just a color corrector, because it's a bit too peachy just to be like a concealer for me. Anyway, this, when I was rolling it up like all the way to make the line marking, it fell out. Luckily I caught it with my legs, and now like my pants are stained. I was able to like salvage what was left, but this is now broken at the base. I tried to like smush it back in here as much as possible, but I have to be very careful with this. And I kind of already knew that it was broken, because whenever I apply it, it kind of like wiggles around in the packaging. I just didn't think it would like actually fall out. Sorry, my timer went off and it stopped recording. Yeah, I have to be very careful when I apply this, so I'm just kind of getting annoyed with it. Like, I'm definitely gonna still finish it. I'm not gonna declutter it just because of that, but I really want to get through this. I'll show you where I am on the paper. Since last time I've made this jump, and this is the bottom of the packaging, so I still have this much, and like in theory it should take me 2 more months, or like till the midpoint of the year when these products would be rolling out anyway. But I'm really going to try to use this as much as possible. Now I'm wondering, because like I'm going on a trip, and I originally was not going to bring this. I was just going to bring my regular concealer instead, but now I'm thinking, should I just bring this so I have the best chance of finishing it by the end of the project? I'm not really 100% sure. I'll put on the screen what I decided to do, because I'm leaving tomorrow. Finally, I have my foundation. This is the e.l.f. Camo Hydrating CC Cream, and it's supposed to be like full coverage, long lasting, dewy finish. I don't really know. It's definitely not dewy. I will say that. It's not as matte as the original one, but it's not dewy. I don't know why I mentioned that. I've never really talked about that this entire time. That's not the point of this update. I was able to make a decent line marking, so I'm now down to here. And if you can see, last time I was like right at the top of this black like band here. The month before I had like horrible progress, but even though I still have a lot of this left and it looks like I won't finish this in the next 2 months, I still feel like I do have a chance of finishing it, because I may be playing myself because I'm also not planning on bringing this on the trip with me. But I have, since last update, finished my uses on the other foundation that I was panning in a different project. So I just feel like, and also I was neglecting this, I would say maybe like 5 or so days out of the month I was not using this anyway, because I would be using my powder foundation, because pretty often before work I'm just really rushing and I only have like 15 minutes to do my makeup. So instead of using cream products, I would just use like powder foundation and powder cheek products. However, I don't foresee that happening anymore because I'm currently unemployed. It's a very long story, so I'm not going to get into it. But yeah, I mean, I have, other than my trip that I'm going on, that I'm not taking this with me, because I'm silly and I make bad choices, I don't really see any other reason for me to not use this every day. So I do think that I can get some really good use on this. I mean, we'll see by next update. I feel like by then for sure I'll know, and then I mean I'll only have 1 more month after that anyway. But I do think, long story short, I do think I can finish this in 2 months. I only use 1 pump of this every time I do my makeup because that is plenty of foundation for my entire face, but it does go pretty quickly. I don't think I ever really mentioned this. It's in the shade medium 330W, which is a good like in between summer winter shade for me. So now I only have 3 items left in this project, all of my like complexion products. I don't know, I'm like feeling good about this. Maybe I'm delusional, but I feel like I can finish all of these by the end of June, and then I'm really excited to like swap these. I'm getting ahead of myself because it's not for another 2 months, but I'm excited to finally like roll in new products, especially because again, these are just like my complexion products. I use the exact same thing every day. It's not even like fun like blushes or anything like that. So I'm ready to have other new things in this project, but first I really just need to get these done because I have way too many cream products in my collection. So that's it for this update. Hopefully it wasn't too long-winded, but it usually is. Yeah, I'm really liking my makeup today. I just feel like it all came together really well, and I'm not even going anywhere else today. I'm like just going back and forth from the laundry room. But yeah, I really like my eyeshadow. I was trying to do like match my shirt like black and green to match my Shrek t-shirt, and then I also feel like my complexion came out very well. I'm using like, I did 2 layers of that blush, and then I'm using like my Franken setting powder. But that's it. I will see you in my next video, and until then I hope you have an amazing day. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.